Hi friends, I'm taking a bath again. What's new? And today I'm thinking about the soul and how do we wake up to our soul and flow from there, and how this awakening, a lot of times it's a gradual process, or the flow part is, but the awakening can be jarring sometimes. And it's a feeling that is both familiar and unfamiliar, and aliveness is something that happens out of nowhere and it changes your life. But seemingly nothing ever happened. But it did. And what I mean by all of this, a friend of mine recommended a movie with and by Shirley MacLaine called Out on a Limb, and I saw it this past week. And I was amazed of how, although the movie's old, it's so relevant to everything that is happening today. And the exploration of consciousness, and just speaking about past lives and the soul, and how nothing ever dies, but it's just energy changing form, and about our multidimensionality and how there's so much more to this 3D reality. I really recommend the movie. If you have not seen it, watch it. And it's interesting how ahead of its time it was, and how brave of Shirley MacLaine to write about all of this and to do the movie and star in it. And now there's so much more information about all of this because so many more people are experiencing it. And it's beautiful because there's a support and you don't feel alone and you don't feel strange and lost when you begin to wake up. So depending on where you are, these concepts can seem strange to you or very familiar. And a lot of times that's how it starts. You hear something, you get curious about it, and you start exploring on your own. Or something abrupt happens in your life that creates this opening for you, that shows you that there's something more. Or both, or everything. And I can share with you how it happened for me. It happened exactly 10 years ago. When, just like Shirley MacLaine in the movie, I met someone, and I was married at the time, and I met this friend of a friend who seemed so familiar. It felt like I've known him before, and I was feeling this strange attraction, which was more like affection and enjoyment of the presence of that person, and not so much, what he was saying or doing or being. It totally didn't matter to me, but more about his energy and essence. And there was this inexplicable draw, which was very confusing for me because, mind you, I was married at the time. But it was not like a lust, although there was an attraction, but more of like this very strange familiarity. A feeling that I had never felt before. Like I felt like I knew what he was thinking, and in his presence, we had this amazing flow together, as if we could speak without uttering a word. And I know that he felt it too, and it was very strange for both of us. And it really confused me at the time. And that along with my grandpa passing away that same year, created this space for me to really reflect at the life that I was leading and question myself, whose life is this? Is this the life that truly reflects me and what is in my heart? And how had that life strangely veered away from the dreams and the values that I had? And what could I do to put it back on track? And that's why these soul connections usually happen to us, to remind us what is truly important in life and what we're here for. And they could be of all kinds of natures. It could be just eye contact you exchange with a stranger, or somebody that you meet on a trip when you're traveling and you have a very deep conversation with and you feel like you can trust them without knowing how. Or a person that you end up having a relationship with, but it's so intense that there's no way your two worlds can come together, but at the same time there is this inexplicable attraction that makes you seek for something more, because something dormant in you has woken up and you feel more alive and you feel like there's more to life. And it's hard to explain to somebody that has never experienced it before. But if you experience it, there's no doubt about it. Because it's just there and you cannot deny it. And no matter how hard you try to reason yourself out of it and say, oh, this cannot be happening, I'm just making it up. You know that it's happening and you cannot deny your experience. And because everything is a choice, if we experience something like that, like an opening, something that wakes us up from this soul sleep that we're in, and it could be a poem that we read, something that we watch, a movie, a book, something that we witness, a person, we can always choose to go back to sleep or to awaken. And then we have to stay awake. And this is what all the poets talk about, and this is Rumi's essence. Because the whole soul journey is for the sole purpose of returning to love and the realization that we are love and there's nothing else but love. Like the Course in Miracle line, nothing real can be threatened, nothing unreal exists. And the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. And to live as love in love in a human body. Is to me to be truly alive. And to be able, instead of judging, to be loving and kind and understanding that everybody here is having all of these experiences for the sole purpose of learning about the truth of who they are. And everything that is happening in this play of life has a purpose. And our job is not to fix it, correct it, try to control it, but to love it. All of it. The suffering and the joy and the pain and the anger and the frustration and the beauty and the poverty and the lavishness and everything that is happening here. Because it's only through contrast that we can learn and experience. And sometimes it's easy to forget, and it's easy to slip back into the illusion of separation. But it's also easy to remember. And it's something that is inside every one of us. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't need any guru. We don't need sacred texts. All we need to do is turn within. And have that burning desire to know the truth of our soul, to know love. And it's okay if we don't. It's okay if we want to explore the world and all it has to offer and be passionate about all the things that humanity has invented. And it might take us 100 more lifetimes until we decide, you know what, I've played enough. I want to go home now. And it might not. And it really doesn't matter, because time and space are an illusion. I didn't mean to go that deep. But in any case, know that everything is happening as it should. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. And if you want to be somewhere else, you're another tree. You can go there. But first, in imagination. And then in the physical. And any question that you have, anything you want to know, it's inside your soul.